breaking down the deals, data, and disruption shaping global markets. You're listening to The Daily Ledger with Dennis Sert.
Hey folks, it is Monday, August 17th, 2026. You're listening to The Daily Ledger Show, and I'm your host, Dennis Sert. Great to be here with you tonight. We're doing a quick mic check. Looking good. Looking real good. We got some good stories we're going to get into tonight. We're going to do it a little differently than we did previously. I'm going to read a little bit more into the articles, and I got this little fun stream deck, and I loaded up some little audio bites, and we're going to have some fun with it. Our first story is sick of AI slop, so are tech giants. NVIDIA to back Ohio data center with as much as $105 billion. How Wall Street sussed out that situational awareness was on the ropes. Trump races to prepare for new strains of deadly viruses after cutting biosecurity experts. OpenAI upheaval mounts as Sam Altman readies IPO push. An unprecedented number of Apple users received recent spyware alert, says investigators. We're going to talk about all that. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share all the TikToks, Reels, Shorts around. That's where I get most of my views, and it's a lot of fun editing those guys. And make sure to show them some love. All right. Well, why don't we just get right in? The New York Times, sick of AI slop? So are tech giants. Let me get this going here. There we go. Spotify, LinkedIn, and others are trying to dig out of a digital sewage heap full of low-quality content made with AI. Reporting from San Francisco. The worst type of AI slop has cluttered Google searches with recipes for glue-topped pizza, Amazon listings, and sham biographies. Yeah, so I did hear a few weeks ago about how LinkedIn was adding like a get rid of AI slop button. Okay, so it looks like Spotify has removed 75 million bulk uploads, duplicate songs, and other spammy tracks last year. A sizable chunk of its total portfolio. LinkedIn said in July that AI slop is a top priority for all of us and developed a button for users to report it. Wow. So YouTube wiped 130K channels of low quality content. So yeah, and then here's that LinkedIn button I was talking about. The seems like AI slop button here. LinkedIn recently developed a seems like AI slop button for users. Yeah. So it looks like tech companies are undertaking a generative waste detox, overwhelmed in many cases by the same slop that first made possible with their own AI tools. People are tiring of AI's effects on the environment and its pressure on jobs and mental health. Users have gradually gotten more and more upset about it. The climate of opinion has now recognizably shifted, so these companies are finally confronting these problems. I mean, it's pretty much dead internet theory, and yeah, it's been actualized if it wasn't already. Yeah. AI slop is a double-edged sword in that a lot of these platforms experienced upticks in engagement as a result of it. Google, for example, has gone all in on AI, linking its Gemini model to its email, maps, and travel services and search. More than 20% of the initial short videos on YouTube served to new users are AI-generated slop. According to an experiment conducted last year by Capwing, an online video editor that is powered by AI. Yeah. So slop's going around. New York Times, NVIDIA to back Ohio data center with as much as $105 billion. The data center, one of the world's largest, could cost as much as $500 billion and will be leased by OpenAI. Well, they better get these data centers out of, up and running, because they've only made 30%. So I looked this up on Grok yesterday. Between 30 and 50% of the planned data centers that were supposed to be built this year have actually been built. So let's call it 30%. That's not a lot. So they're kind of behind schedule. So that's not very good, obviously. If you're an AI accelerationist like me, if you're a little old pussy ass bitch, you're probably like, oh my god, that's so good. We don't have AI now. Yay. I want to go back to pre-AI times. So, yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? He added that AI labs are growing faster than their balance sheets and long-term credit profiles can support. Many of these deals are circular, with an AI startup receiving billions of dollars from technology giants before spending those billions on the same companies to pay for chips, cloud computing, and other services. NVIDIA previously invested $30 billion in OpenAI, and the data center in Ohio will use only NVIDIA's chips. Yeah, I heard SpaceX AI's data centers will also exclusively use NVIDIA chips as well. So that's kind of fun. The New York Times, with AI riches at stake. You know what? I thought I skipped this article. Yeah, I didn't really like it. It was just kind of stupid. It was just spread the wealth or whatever. It didn't really pique my interest. The Wall Street Journal, how Wall Street sussed out that situational awareness was on the ropes, from whispers of an Anthropic stake sale to strange option moves. Traders sensed trouble and swung into action. Yeah, so situational awareness is not having a good time. And then Leopold decided to get married just in the middle of, he's like, fuck it, man. It's I don't know if that's a good strategic decision, actually. So then it kind of talks about here how this guy's on the way to attack, in a taxi on the way to the airport, and he gets a call saying that I guess situational awareness was desperate to sell pre-IPO shares of Anthropic. And then this guy, David Mann, was like, wait a minute. If situational awareness was in a good position right now, they probably wouldn't want to sell. So Aschenbrenner is probably being forced to sell. He needed the money and was sounding people out. So then I guess, that started some chatter. And people, yeah, so essentially that's when situational awareness started going downhill. Aschenbrenner built his firm on his reputation as an AI soothsayer. Others pointed to the lengthy investing track records while launching hedge funds or venture capital funds. Yeah, and then so I guess Aschenbrenner wrote an essay in 2024 about how cool AI is. It's going to be an aggressive bet on AI, and now they're kind of eating shit. As it grew from about $1.5 billion in assets from under management last summer to over $45 billion at the start of July, Situational borrowed about $3 for each of its $1 in capital it held.
Good, Andy, good.
Situational also purchased Flex options, a customized derivative to amplify its AI trade. Wow. Yeah, investors flock to the fund. Yeah, and then it kind of went belly up a little bit, scrambling for cash. Brenner and his team began emergency talks to sell at least a part of its $5 billion Anthropic stake. Yeah, and then who was it? Citadel jumped in a few weeks ago and said they'd buy at a discount. Yeah, Ken Griffin, that's right. Situational and Citadel finished signing documents and trade confirmations. Okay, so 10 a.m. Wow. So Aschenbrenner's fund, now revalued at $15 billion, is also rebuilding its portfolio. Situational recently invested $400 million in a startup. And yeah, okay. Still doing AI stuff. So that's cool. Financial Times, OpenAI upheaval mounts as Sam Altman readies IPO push. Executive exits and safety team changes unsettles staff as the ChatGPT maker prepares for a blockbuster listing. OpenAI is facing mounting internal upheaval after nearly half a dozen reorganizations this year. Wow. Repeated executive reshuffles and a series of senior departures have left staff frustrated with constant changes at one of the world's most valuable companies. OpenAI said it was moving at an exceptional pace and unafraid to make organizational changes. Yeah, so then it goes into the key departures: Denise Dresser, Chloe, and Bacalar, Brad Lightcap, Joshua Ashiam, Fiji Simo, Kevin Wheel, Srinivas Narayanan. And these guys all left. Yeah, it seems like people don't exactly stay in AI. I mean, look at, XAI before it got, bought up by SpaceX or merged with SpaceX. And like all of the co-founders left pretty much, other than Elon. So, yeah. Let's see. And then, yeah, apparently Brockman is quite the guy. Very dominant, it seems like. And some people are leaving because of him, apparently. Yeah, so we'll see. Apparently the IPO is getting delayed, so we'll see about that. What happened? TechCrunch, unprecedented number of Apple users received recent spyware alert, says investigators. An unprecedented number of Apple customers have reported receiving a recent threat notification alerting them to suspected spyware attacks targeting their devices. According to experts who investigate these types of incidents, several people publicly and privately reported receiving Apple spyware alerts over the weekend. After Apple sent out a new wave of notifications on Friday, alerting customers in 110 countries that they had been targeted with powerful spyware. Wow. I came in a little early with that, but yeah. Mercenary spyware. Yeah. These people are using open sourced Kimi 3 to good use. I bet you, these digital pirates. Okay, I think we're gonna leave it there. Good stream tonight. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.